Mojitos, parties and shootings, South Beach tourism out of control. State of emergency declared in South Beach, Miami, Florida to control party tourists on spring break. Iconic South Beach hotel The Clevelander takes leadership in not offering catering to tourists. Police not able to push back and control crowds with shots fired. The city of Miami Beach in Florida, USA declared a state of emergency on Saturday and imposed a curfew to control spring break crowds. Tourists did not stop to have fun, possibly deadly fun. Cases in Florida topped more than 2 million recently. The state also has the most U.S. cases of the new COVID-19 variant from the United Kingdom. Florida currently has no restrictions but recommendations of caution in place for travelers. Florida has been gradually reopen hotels, resorts, restaurants and amusement parks to support the hurting travel and tourism industry. South Beach is Florida travel and tourism destination for those that like to party. Specifically, spring break every year is the place where America has fun. This is spring break weekend, and this is the weekend where such fun can turn deadly due to already high COVID-19 numbers in South Florida. Encouraging indications to reopen domestic tourism has been attracting a record number of visitors this year to crowd to South Beach for this weekend. The Clevelander South Beach, one of Miami Beach's most iconic hotels, announced Friday that it will temporarily halt its food and beverage operations out of concern for the spread of coronavirus as crowds throng the city. I love my city, but that shit is embarrassing how y'all come to South Beach for spring break and it is a bunch of shootings and stabbings. Why do we hate each other so much? Was a tweet from a local resident. Another tweet from Miami said, "Don't blame Miami for those crowds on South Beach. Nobody who's from Miami goes to South Beach. Failed dangerous GOP leaders like DeSantis is why we see the kind of super spreading now happening in Miami Beach. Biden has us months away from the promise of a return to a semblance of normalcy, and these #COVIDiots are sabotaging everything. Our health and economic recovery." Was a concern by a resident. Miami Mayor Dan Gelber announced in a press statement on Saturday, traffic to the beaches would be stopped for at least 72 hours. All 3 bridges connecting South Beach with the rest of Miami would also be closed for traffic. Only residents and hotel guests will be allowed to cross. Like I say, Miami Beach needs to pull the welcome mat as far as these little destructive barbarians go. And identify, arrest and bring charges against the ones they can catch. Maybe if they pay one way or another they will think twice before acting like entitled assholes, was another message by an angry resident. Also on Saturday night, shots were fired in Miami Beach on West Avenue across the street from the Mondrian South Beach at approximately 1:15 a.m. Witnesses described it as a shootout, said one man in custody, at least one victim sent to a hospital. Your uber-liberal anti-masking party crowds are destroying FL for the rest of us. Selling my FL vacation home. One of your drunk spring breakers can buy it if they can afford it once their beers is gone, another feedback on Twitter. Sirens and shouting filled the air as police sought to force partygoers to leave the South Beach area. On Ocean Drive in South Beach, police rolled in about a half hour after curfew to find one huge street party. Different groups of young women had been dancing and twerking in front of giant Bluetooth speaker boxes playing rap music. In front of the shuttered News Cafe on 9th and Ocean Drive, a very large crowd had gathered around 4 young black men having a dance-off, with the unmistakable odor of marijuana hanging in the air. A cop over a loudspeaker barked, "Everyone needs to leave the area. The curfew started at 8 p.m. You need to disperse." The crowds would respond to the interruption by simply moving to the next block before resuming partying. At one point, a man began making it rain dollar bills, sending partygoers scrambling for the cash. One young man fell to the ground, gripping a Hennessy bottle that he deftly kept from breaking. Twitter.com